Now in case 2, the frictional force will be acting above the fulcrum point O. So as shown in figure, it is acting at the point, the frictional force is acting about a height of A in above the fulcrum point. So in these conditions, for clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, what will be the amount of force exerted? That is given by the same momentum equation, the sum of all moments in the given condition, that is sigma MO equal to 0. So from this we can write P into L minus Rn, which is acting in the anti-clockwise direction, into X plus Ft. Why? Because it is acting in a clockwise direction, frictional force. So plus Ft into A equal to 0. From this we get P equal to Rn into X minus Ft into A divided by L. So here Ft, which we have calculated before, that is mu into Rn. So this Ft can be we can write it as mu into Rn, and if we take Rn as common, then we can write P equal to Rn into X minus mu into A divided by L. So this is the amount of force acted on this condition when the frictional force is acting at an height of A from the fulcrum point. So for the clockwise condition, in the same way anti-clockwise direction, the only symbol will be changed for this. Let us see, that is sigma m naught equal to 0, P into L, that is clockwise direction of P, minus Rn into X. Rn is acting in the anti-clockwise direction, minus Ft into A. So Ft is also acting here in a anti-clockwise direction. So now this equation can be written as P equal to Rn into X minus plus Ft into A. So we can write Ft as mu into Rn, and if we take Rn as common, then we can write the same equation, P equal to Rn into X plus mu A divided by L for anti-clockwise direction. Now in the similar way, let us see for the case 3, which Ft is acting below the point O. Now here Ft is acting below point O, that is shown here. A is below, the amount of frictional force is acting at a height of A from the point O, which is in the below direction. Same for the clockwise direction and the anti-clockwise direction. Now we have to calculate for clockwise direction, sum of moments equal to 0. Here the moments which are acting in this condition are P into L, which is the positive in clockwise direction. P is acting in a clockwise direction, minus Rn into X. Rn is acting in a anti-clockwise direction, and minus Ft into A. So here we can see Ft is also acting in an anti-clockwise direction. So we can write it, the equation as P into L minus Rn into X minus Ft into A equal to 0. So from this equation we can get the value of P, that equal to Rn into X minus Ft into A divided by L. So here we know Ft equal to mu into Rn, and if we take Rn as common, then we can write the equation P equal to Rn into X minus mu into A divided by L. So here it is plus and plus. So this is the equation which we get in case of the Ft is acting below point O. Now in the similar way we calculate for the anti-clockwise direction, sigma m naught equal to 0. So here the forces, let us see what are the moments and the symbols. So P is acting in a clockwise direction, Rn is acting in an anti-clockwise direction, and Ft is acting in a clockwise direction. Now here we can say it as a clockwise direction. Now the values which will be given as P equal to Rn into X minus Ft into A divided by L. Here Ft equal to mu into Rn. So if we substitute the value of mu into Rn, then we can write this equation as Rn into X minus mu A divided by L. So we have to mainly, for solving the problems, we have to mainly remember the value of friction force and the braking torque. So if we remember these two equations, then by applying the momentum equations we can directly calculate the values of the amount of force exerted in the lever. So at the lever, what amount of force exerted we can calculate easily. So this is entirely about the design of short shoe brake and long shoe brake. So the amount of force which is exerted that we have calculated. So let us solve a numerical which is asked in the previous year's examination, and let us see how the questions are framed. Now let us solve a problem. The block brake as shown in figure provides a bearing torque of 300 Newton meter. The diameter of brake drum is 300 mm. The coefficient of friction is 0.3. Find force P in clockwise direction and also anti-clockwise rotation of brake drum. So they have given a diagram in which they have mentioned the values of x, and this is L minus x, and this is A. Now they are asking to find out the value of P, that is the force exerted on the lever which will act on the drum in order to stop or reduce the rotation speed. Now what are the inputs they have given? That is the braking torque. So braking torque TB equal to 360 Newton meter, and they have given the diameter of the drum. So the diameter of the drum is 300 mm and the radius will be 150 mm. That is, from here to here the value of R is given by 150 mm, and the coefficient of friction they have given mentioned is 0.3. Now we know the relation how to find out the value, that is the frictional torque acting above a value of the pivoted point. Let us assume this point as O, and the frictional torque force, the frictional force will be acting in, if we take it as a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, the frictional force will be varied. So based on the direction, the amount of P we have to calculate. Now we know the relation P. For P calculation, we need to have the value of normal force. So this is the Rn which we have to calculate. For calculating of Rn, what value we have? That is TB, braking torque. So what is braking torque? So braking torque is given by mu into Rn into R. So from this equation we can take Rn equal to TB by mu into R. So TB is given 360 Newton meter. So we have to take the values of radius also in Newton meter. So divided by mu, that is 0.3 into 0.15. So from this we get the value of Rn, that is 8000 Newton. Now let us solve this problem by substituting the value of Rn in the equations. So for clockwise rotation, we know the amount of force exerted P equal to Rn into x plus mu A divided by L. So here if we substitute the values, all values are available in the question, just we need to substitute these values. So the Rn is 8000 Newton into x is 200 mm plus 0.3 into 50 divided by L. We have to calculate both x and L minus x, that is 600 plus 200, 800 mm. So now we can calculate the value of P, that is 1850 Newton. So this is the amount of force which we have to apply at the lever in order to reduce the speed or totally completely stop the rotation of the brake drum. So in examination, at the time of examination, if we do not remind this equation, then in how to calculate this equation? So we have taken it as a clockwise direction. So if we take clockwise direction, the amount of frictional force will be acting in this direction. So just we apply moments. So sigma mx equal to 0, so m naught equal to 0. So what are the forces exerted? P into L. So P into L minus Rn into x. So minus Rn into x, and the frictional force is acting in a clockwise direction. So Ft into A plus Ft into A equal to 0. Now we have to calculate. So here the frictional force will be acting in an anti-clockwise direction. Now we have to take this as an anti-clockwise direction. So this will be the direction of frictional force. Then the frictional force will be negative value. So from this equation we know all the values, just we need to substitute. So Ft also we know, that is mu into Rn. If we substitute the values, the only unknown value will be P. Then we can calculate for the clockwise direction. We don't need to remind this equation. So in the similar way for anti-clockwise direction, the p value is given by Rn into x minus mu a divided by L. So Rn is 8000, x is 200 minus 0.3 into 50 divided by 800. So that is given by p equal to 2150 Newton. Now let us consider, if we don't remind that equation, then how to solve the problem. So that is very simple. Now we have to consider it as a anti-clockwise direction, and the frictional force will be acting in this direction. Now we have to take sum of moments with respect to point O equal to 0. So the moments which we will get is P into L minus Rn into x plus Ft into A equal to 0. We know the value of Ft, that is mu into Rn. Now we have to substitute the values L value, Rn, x, mu into Rn and A. So from this we get the value of P. So this is the problems which will be asked in the examinations. So thank you for watching this video. For more videos, subscribe to WB Institution.